News at 9. First, the highlights. Governor Sanwo-Olu urges multinationals in United States, Africa to invest in Lagos. Federal government declines underutilization of investment in power sector. On the foreign scene, Qatar plans to boost world's biggest natural gas field to 142 million tons per annum. And in sport, Liverpool defeats Chelsea, wins Carabao Cup final. Now the details. I am John Omoaka. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has reiterated his administration's commitment to provide a friendly environment for investors, particularly multinationals from the United States and Africa, to invest in the state. Governor Sanwo-Olu said Lagos is open and ready for investments and therefore urged foreign and local investors to see the state as an investment attractive destination, noting that his administration is willing to do what is expected of the government to create a conducive environment for business to thrive. He said this during a courtesy visit by the Corporate Council on Africa, led by its president, CEO, Flory Lisa, at the Lagos House Marina. Speaking about his administration's achievements in line with the Themes Plus developmental agenda, Governor Sanwo-Olu said his government has intervened and created several intentional opportunities in critical areas such as public transportation, health, education, technology, and entertainment. Speaking earlier, Ms. Lisa said the Corporate Council on Africa, which is a business association with members of both United States and African multinationals, is willing to partner with Lagos State government in energy, power, infrastructure, agribusiness, technology, trade and finance, among others. Miners and truck drivers have been urged to prioritize safety protocols, environmental regulations, and industry-specific requirements. Special Advisor to the Lagos State Governor on Energy and Mineral Resources, Abiola Olowu, said the state government has taken a significant step in optimizing mining operations with the engagement of haulage fees consultants. He said the initiative aims to streamline mining activities by current operational standards. Olowu outlined meticulous criteria for selecting consultants, focusing on expertise, experience, and a proven track record, while also delineating transparent procurement procedures and contractual agreements to align with state objectives. Lagos State government has restated the need for strong occupational safety and health culture in any workplace. Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernmental Relations, Olubenga Oyerinde, said it is a collective commitment in safeguarding the future success and growth of businesses by preventing accidents, injuries, and fatalities at workplaces. Oyerinde noted that stakeholders in the built industry have resolved that elevator safety standards must be strictly followed to further avert any such occurrence in the state. The Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has vowed to go ahead with its plan to hold rallies from Tuesday to Wednesday to register its displeasure over the rising cost of living in the country. The Labour Union, in a letter it wrote to the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, SAN, said it would not be dissuaded by the federal government's threat to initiate contempt proceedings against it. The NLC, through its lawyer, Femi Falana, maintained that contrary to the federal government's claim, no court barred its members from exercising their fundamental rights to freedom of assembly and freedom of expression to protest against the excruciating economic pains being experienced by the masses. It argued that the federal government, having withdrawn the contempt proceedings it earlier filed against both the NLC and the Trade Union Congress, TUC, for embarking on public protest on August 2, 2023, ought not to have threatened the NLC with contempt. Ogun State government has alerted members of the public to a fraudulent message circulating on social media platforms, falsely claiming that Governor Dapo Abiodun is offering 10,000 naira cash palliative per person across the state. The scam message also provides a link urging individuals to apply for the said cash palliative and also share the information for others to benefit. Special advisor on media and communications to the governor, Kayode Akimade, in a statement disclaimed the message in its entirety, urging the residents not to fall for it. Akimade added that the administration of Governor Dapo Abiodun is committed to genuine alleviation of the suffering of the citizens and residents of the state through initiatives such as the numerous empowerment programs and policies it has rolled out since 2019 and the 5 billion naira intervention scheme it announced recently. Now to the rest of the stories. Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu has lamented that despite the huge investment of the federal government, the power sector has remained underutilized. Adelabu, who spoke after inspecting the Benin Electricity Generation Company power plant in Ivobo under the Niger Delta Power Holding Company, assured that his ministry would push for the removal of all hindrances that have prevented the power plant from operating maximally and put it at disadvantage against plants owned by the private sector. The minister said the government has invested so much money in the energy sector, saying that it is lamentable that Nigerians were still battling with issues of light. He assured Nigerians that all the problems bedeviling the sector will soon be a thing of the past. Chairman of Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ola Olukoyede, has revealed that the Commission's plans to investigate more than 3,000 financial crimes cases. Olukoyede explained that 3,000 cases approved for investigation were part of the over 5,000 petitions received by the agency from different groups and Nigerians. While lamenting the pervasive nature of corruption in Nigeria, he noted that the agency has innovated mechanisms to either stop or minimize the stealing of public funds and other financial and economic crimes. He stressed that it takes collective responsibility from every Nigerian to move the country forward and end corruption. Now to foreign news. Qatar has announced plans to expand outputs from the world's biggest natural gas field, saying it will boost capacity to 142 million tons per annum before 2030. Qatar's energy minister, Sahad Al-Kalbi, said at a news conference that a new North Field expansion will add 16 million tons of liquefied natural gas, LNG, per year to existing expansion plans. Al-Kabi noted that recent studies have shown that the North Field contains huge additional gas quantities estimated at 240 trillion cubic feet, which raises the state of Qatar's gas reserves to more than 2,000 trillion cubic feet. Now sports. Liverpool has won the League Cup in dramatic fashion as Virgil van Dijk's header late in extra time sealed a 1-0 win against Chelsea at Wembley. Jurgen Klopp's injury-hit side finished a grueling clash with a host of raw youngsters on the pitch, but it was their experienced captain who clinched the club's 10th League Cup triumph. Van Dijk earlier had a goal controversially disallowed by VAR, that's VAR, but the Dutch defender pounced to nod home with just 2 minutes left. It was Liverpool's first trophy after Klopp's bombshell announcement that he was stepped down at the end of the season. The German will hope Liverpool's first silverware since the 2022 FA Cup will be the springboard for an incredible farewell tour. Meanwhile, Chelsea has now lost 6 successive Wembley finals, including 3 against Liverpool, and wasted a host of opportunities. And that's our news, but just before we go, always drive within the specified speed limits. You can follow us on like all our various social media platforms. X, formerly Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Watch us live on Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch all our previous programs and news on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration trained 280 unemployed youths for global certification on solar palm construction technology for the supply of electricity in Nigeria? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has reiterated his administration's commitment to providing a friendly environment for investors, particularly multinationals from the United States and Africa, to invest in the state. Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu has lamented that despite the huge investment of the federal government, the power sector has remained underutilized. We also told you that Qatar has announced new plans to expand output from the world's biggest natural gas field, saying it will boost capacity to 142 million tons per annum before 2030. And in sport, Liverpool has won the League Cup in dramatic fashion as Virgil van Dijk's header late in extra time sealed in a 1-0 win against Chelsea at Wembley. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagosstate.gov.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Zainab Adebeshi. I am John Omoaka. Thank you very much for listening.